Hello and welcome to another stream. Today we're actually playing Minecraft again. It's only been quite a few months, but since Elden Ring uh, the PvP kinda died a lot faster than expected, I figured I may as well play Minecraft again. Let's transition and let's get to it. Actually, I should check audio first. That's always a good habit to do. Let's transition. Okay, seems good. Okay, so anyway, since it's been so long since I've done anything on this server, and then even longer since I've done a video or like streamed on it, we'll start with just like a tour of the like spawn town, which is a giant cave system here. And then we will maybe do some building. I just kind of want to do something with this area, I guess. Because we will be starting a new season soon, TM. Not an exact date set yet, but it seems like it will be roughly a week from now. Probably not tomorrow, but the Friday after. Which should be fun. Like, as good, like, not necessarily good, but as cool of an idea as this season was, I kind of feel like it may have been too restrictive. Because as far as I'm aware, pretty much everyone stayed in the cave system right here. Which is good that everyone stayed close, but at the same time, it didn't leave too much room to like start a new project, really. Because like everything's underground. Like everything's gonna be an underground based build. Oh, 1 second. Okay, there we go. And I'm just running over to the start. And another thing that I think may have limited this season a little bit is the like scoreboard for how many consecutive minutes you spend underground. Because then you don't want to go above ground and then you're just kind of stuck down here. Which, I mean, it put an interesting spin on it, but I think because some people didn't stay underground, it kind of got rid of the rarity of the items you would have to go above ground to get, because then you just get them from the people who went above ground. Because, like, I don't think a market ever really was established or anything like that. Anyway, so over here is where you would have originally come down from the surface. It's not a direct drop down, but I believe there's like a little side tunnel that you jump down, and then you jump down again. And then there's some stuff down here, not too much. I think this pond is new since the last time I played. No idea whose stuff that is. There's stuff down there, but I don't really want to jump down, because I'm not sure how I would get back up. Yeah, I could probably just fly, but whatever. So lots of miscellaneous farms over here. Lava stuff to throw. Yep. A little mushroom house. How's that fall damage? Interesting. It's been so long since I've actually played this game that I don't really like. It would not be a good time to do an ultra hardcore because I would take so much dumb damage. All sorts of stuff. Where does that go? I might go to this. Actually, no, that looks like it just goes to Geode, maybe? Oh, we're up here now. Okay. That's convenient. As far as other stuff down here, there's another building over that way. I think these were just test road designs, I believe. Is that a map? How do we even get over there? I'm actually not sure. Is there like, now? There might be, oh, yep, there's a door right there. scaffolding ladder, interesting. Oh, a lot of scaffolding. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's right, you have to shift to go down. Yeah, that's the spawn cave is down here. Then the actual spawn is like down this way, I believe. And I'm just gonna enter Pearl Trick to get out of here. Does this work anymore? Yep. Okay. Just took a few tries. And again, it's been so long since I've like regularly played this game, it's gonna be a bit rough to get back into. And as far as the next season goes, I think I'm going to take a much, I guess, like coarser approach to building, where I more or less just build a box to begin with and then add detail later. Because I think what definitely slowed down me building, or like pretty much stopped me building much this season, oh god, that's a lot of stuff, was I tried to plan stuff too much, to where like I would want the entire thing planned before I actually built anything, which that didn't really work. Just make sure I don't accidentally throw any of my nice netherite stuff away. So like what I built this season is conveniently behind all the trees right there, so you can't actually see it. That is how it is sometimes though. Is that little like side cave system there? Like side structure really? Well, actually, before we go into that cave, let's finish over here. So this connects back up to the initial cavern we were in at the start. And then over here is like a nice little like ledge, I guess, looking down at all these pillars. It doesn't look like anyone really built anything there. There's a nice little lake over here. Ooh, I see a sign. Let's go look at the sign. But I think another thing that may have like slowed down building is because there's a lot of like neat like natural structures people didn't necessarily want to build around them. Like this is a very cool area, but if you build here it kind of ruins the natural layout of it, whereas like I don't know. I mean, I guess that wouldn't really have been an issue, to be fair. And then the next season, I mean, it's 1.19. This is actually 1.17 with the preview caves data pack. But next season will be 1.19, so we'll still have all the giant caves and whatnot. But there will be much more of a focus on the mountains. Because, I mean, that would be the primary difference going from this season to the next. And I guess also the deep dark, but actually, I'm not sure what, like, the building, like, style distribution will be like. Like, how many people will be in mountains versus caves? Or will everyone do, like, a mixture of the two and have a lot, like, an actual, like, large amount of verticality? Which, I mean, to be fair, there is more verticality, I feel like, in this season compared to previous ones because of how much verticality there are in the caves. But I don't feel like there's much verticality in individual builds. Just the locations of the builds have a fair amount of verticality difference. Anyway, so this is what I made. Decent start, and then grad school, so didn't make much progress with it. Which is why I kind of want to go for the... at least make the, like, outline of everything for next season. So instead of, like, fully planning out this entrance in a creative world, I would have just made like rough pillars to get the idea. Because the more like rough ideas you place down, I think it will help me finish stuff actually, instead of spending so much time for just the entrance and then I don't even get inside. And then I was having the same issue here where like, okay, I'll have pillars here, and then I started trying to plan out everything. Like, oh, that doesn't quite make sense. I might like it more like this. Like, nah. That's just a waste of time and effort, I think. I should just commit to doing something. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because now that I look back on this, I overcomplicated this so much. Realistically, I think what I should have done is have both of these go... What would have been good? I think simplify the center part a ton by removing the lower and upper part. And then I think I would have this go down. Actually, would that make sense? Because I can't... No, I would have it go up for sure. Then that side go down, and then this side goes down and then back up. So I'd have like a X going across like that. Because I wouldn't necessarily want this side to go down initially because... Shit, this side is just really limited in available space to build in general. Because there's a cave right behind this wall, and then there's a cave right above that wall. So I guess I should have just like done what I can with this side and then focus more on connectivity on this side. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time thinking about what I could have done here, because that will probably be the later part of the stream. I did make a full gate using my gate design. Works quite well. Actually, that looks like it might be kind of loud in OBS. Yeah, whatever, it should be fine. Ow. And then I did want to have a second entrance down here. Then I think, yeah, I was going to make this like a river or something like that. Okay, and then I was just using spruce wood as more or less waste wood. That way, it's just really easy to get a lot of it because you don't have to like chop down individual trees like you do have to for oak. And then there's an iron farm right there, and then this is where the storage brings everything over to. We are very good on iron, I imagine. A large tree. Oh, who started this? I think J-Man? Can't say for sure, and I don't see any signs. Rip? I think that's who it was, though. Also, it's weird how the end crystals like flash whenever they come into render distance. I'm pretty sure that's like after a certain distance, it's no longer like rendered as an entity. So then whenever you get close enough, it boom, particle effects and all that, and it just flashes for some reason. Okay, and then before going that way, let's go back over here. Yep, it just did it right there. And then let's go down another layer, because there's a little ledge right there. And let's drink some water. Oh, looks like I got a message. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, okay. Just someone asking about the next season. Then let's jump down here. Oh, someone brought Striders here. Interesting. I wonder how much of a pain that was. Because I'm not sure if they're... Actually, no, you can lead them. I'm not sure if they move outside of lava, though, to be fair. I don't think anyone built over here. Yeah, at least it doesn't look like it. Nah. But I know Dinesto built over this way. Oh, that guy is quite a way away from the lava. Poor guy. Don't they take damage from water, if I remember correctly? I actually do not know. Oh yeah, Dinesto made quite a bit more work here, because he didn't have all this upper part initially. Or at least... I mean, it could have been there for months, to be fair. But I don't remember it being there, at least. I don't want to talk about that. I really need to play, like, 3D games more. Or, like, 3D games with a mouse and keyboard, anyway. I think the aquarium got taller, which looks good. Fish for fish tank, but fish tank is empty, feels bad. Although he probably took him out when he was expanding it, which is a good idea. Now what's up here? Oh, just a different path that way. And then a little hut inside the house, interesting, looks good. Actually, that's a really nice interior. Yeah, it's just like a little underground village type of setup. That's cool. A nice little tree as well. Zombie villager, that was probably going to be used for trading. Another aquarium. Very cool looking build. Mysterious staircase, and ooh, how do you get over there? I don't know how I would get over here otherwise, so let's just hop over. Although that was my last Ender Pearl, to be fair. Actually, do I have another one? Nope. Oh, I never even made shulker chests this season. Oof. I really did not play much. Like, I got them, I just never used them. Let's see where this takes us. One second, answering another message. Okay, back to the game. Where does this go? Oh, an upper part to the initial area. Okay. Nice little expansion for sure. Looks really cool. I do really like the aquariums everywhere. It's a good, like, not change of pace necessarily, but change of scenery. That's the terminology I wanted. And I think this just goes up to the cave above. Oh, so this is the actual entrance. Okay. Interesting. So we'll go back down that initial entrance. Okay, now we're back up here. Sounds good. Let's take a right. Nice little side room. And now we're back down here. Okay. Let's go back up and take a left. This is by far the most, like, complete build, I think, so far. At least I've seen. And then that just goes back from where we came from. Okay. So let's go back down, which we can conveniently do here. And let's see if there's anything over this way. There might not be, but may as well check it out. I think this would just loop back around to where we were, right? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, slightly different. So this looks like it might just be a farm branch, yeah. Interesting. Ah, he was going to do villager farms. That's good. And now we're back up here. And I just realized I never really checked out the other stuff in the, like, main cave, now that I think about it. Not the main cave, the grand cave, cavern, whatever it's called. Because I know Naksha made some stuff there that we probably should check out. Like, all that right there. I'm not sure if he did anything above it yet, but he did most of the connecting, like, everything, really. And that's a bee farm right there. I was gonna, like, take the ladder up. It's like, no, I can just fly. Okay, this is how we get up there. Ooh, very, precarious, I think. I'm gonna go all over the place to get up here. I'll then even have to jump over. Interesting. Let's go down first, because I know there's an end to it. I'm not sure if there's actually anything down here, though, to be fair. Well, just a nice little, like, balcony. Then it looks like a minecart that's slowly moving around. Not sure what that does. I'm not going to mess around with it, because I don't want to get stuck, because I'm out of ender pearl, so I would actually be stuck then. Assuming I couldn't just, like, firework rocket myself out. And then it just looks like a temporary little, like, base hole there. I think that would be it for here. And then I just realized I forgot some stuff back in the, what was it called? Lower Atlas Cave, I believe. Like all of Mudbucket's stuff. So let's go look at that quickly. It's like down a really long ladder in like a small like hut in the side of the wall. But I don't think it's the water like drop. Ow. I didn't even take damage. Easy. Okay, yeah, this is Mudbucket stuff. I have axolotls now. You know what? I'm just gonna. Yep, there's water. Surely someone wouldn't trap that. They would never. Yeah, like this was the, I guess, like farming powerhouse of the server, where pretty much all the villager trades and whatnot came from. And wow, did they get a lot of stuff. They even like filled out most of the map. That looks good. I'm trying to find out where this is in relation to the rest of the server. Oh, okay, never mind. So this is a natural spawn down here. I just wasn't sure how zoomed in or out it was. And that's the, like, Spawn Town Cave. And then there's something up there. Oh, Drowned Farm. Okay. And then they have a dark room here for, I believe that's where they got pretty much all of the zombie villagers from. They didn't set up a breeder or anything like that. They just got them from a dark room, which, I mean, it works. You don't have to go through the headache of making sure you set up a village correctly. Okay, now, oh. That was odd. I guess I probably just, like, tapped the floor as I was on the way up and it stopped me from flying. Okay, now let's continue to the back of this cave. Yeah, I don't think I forgot anything. Or, may have. I guess we'll see. And then this is a funny little fish farm because there's a fair amount of water up there where a ton of fish spawn. And then most of the time they would fall out of this one by one column and then land on the roofs and everything like that, so this is actually a pretty convenient source of food early on. I wonder what's going to be more annoying early game. Staying in a cave like this, or being up on top of a mountain. Because realistically, both are kind of annoying to navigate when you don't have like ender pearls or elytra. I guess the best thing to do would probably be to rush getting to the nether to get soul sand to make like bubble column elevators and all that. Because just using a ladder to go up to like 256 blocks to like a mountaintop base, and then if you want to do any mining, you have to go down like 300 blocks, which, without a proper elevator, that's going to take some time. I like how we just never lit up everything fully. I definitely try to. Like, my most placed block is I'm actually, is it torches? Statistics. Items. It'd be times used. Oh, nope, that's right. I made a, a gold farm, so I placed a ton of magma blocks. That's right. From the looks of it, I probably built it in the wrong spot, tore it all down, and then built it again. I don't remember doing that, but looking at the stats, it definitely looks to be the case. And that would have been... Would that have been a year ago already? It must have, really. And then here's a giant birch tree. I don't think there's really anything in here. It doesn't look like it anyway, so I'm not going to go up the ladder. But like the park out in front is really nice. And one kind of annoying thing about building underground is all the grass randomly changes because the biomes above are changing quite a bit. You just have no way to tell when you're underground like this. Like over here, I believe this is either a desert or a savanna. Then back that way, it's taiga, I believe. Which, I mean, that's kind of annoying. Actually, is that different in 1.19 because there's like underground biomes? Or is that not how the deep dark works? I actually have no idea. Which I think that's actually a good thing. Because I think for 1.17 with the preview data pack, I did too much like exploring and I guess to an extent research before actually playing. To where I already knew what, oh, true. Oh, hey, mine. It's, whew, how many years has it been? So, oh, we're just in a lukewarm ocean. Is that the same biome it is over here? Okay, so it's a beach. Okay, no, it is a desert. It's a desert beach. Interesting. Oh, skeleton. Yeah. Like, when was the... Because realistically, I haven't even been playing Minecraft that actively, like, at all. I think the last season I was truly active on was probably season 5, maybe? When would that have been? Probably like 2015 if I had to guess. That would have been finishing high school, starting undergrad, and then rip time. Actually, it may have been after that. I have no idea. Whatever season it was where it was a like artificial spawn island, then surrounding like everything after that. Pretty much the last time it was a fairly well built out spawn town. Actually, the custom world gen season wasn't that bad. Okay, yeah, 2016 to 2017 sounds right. Around that time, anyway. What do I do now? Because I pretty much walked around everything. Oh, did anyone make stuff in the secret cave? I actually can't say for sure. Then again, most of the stuff I hadn't even seen anyway, because it's been actual months since I've been on the server. Ah, okay, yeah. Pretty much like every season after season 5 or whatever the like Spawn Island one, it was decently active for the first few months and then everyone got busy. Then it like dwindled off to pretty much nothing. Start a new season, bit of activity, dwindles to nothing, repeat, and now we'll be starting season 10. Yeah, it does not look like anybody was frequently going down this way. Which is a shame, because it was a really cool cave. And pretty much all the caves here were really cool. Yeah, nothing's lit up either. I think a fair amount of people did caving down this way because there's a nice mine shaft. Yeah, not too much in terms, like, not really too much, but absolutely nothing in terms of building. Oh, there's a creeper. But the new season, I mean, there's not an actual date for it yet, but we'll probably start in a week or two, depending on when the scheduling and stuff works out. And this season was interesting because the spawn town was underground. What kind of limited it, though, was we used 1.17 with the like preview caves data pack, which also meant we got stuck on 1.17 unless we like force updated stuff. And then we would have like spawn or chunk boundaries and all that, so we just stayed on 1.17. Because the idea was to stay underground, which we did for the most part, until activity died down. And I guess that's something I could do, because I don't really care about the like consecutive minutes spent underground score at this point. I could go above ground to see if there's anything built up there. Really no reason not to, anyway. Because, actually, no, I'm pretty sure there was an anti-AFK timer on this counter. To where you couldn't just AFK underground. Then again, it wasn't really much of a competition anyway. There's probably a better way to get above ground, but I wouldn't know because I never really went up. Oh. You know what? This is fine. I don't remember if it just pauses at your highest score or if it immediately resets to 0. And I don't really care either way. Is it even... If it's not nighttime, no, it is nighttime. Probably don't have a bed in here. Nope. You know what, I'll just be flying around. It should be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Even though I'm pretty sure I haven't slept in forever, so it's going to be a ton of, phantoms, I think? Okay, it switches to a negative number whenever it's your high score. Oh, someone made, like, watched... Oh, there's the phantoms. A watchtower or something to signify the Swan Town entrance. Okay, let's see. That's north. We want to go south to go to the natural spawn, I'm pretty sure. And then again, it's been a while, so I want to say this is right, but surely it is. Well, this has to be amazing for the YouTube bitrate. Granted, it should be a bit better than Twitch because it's 18K bitrate. Oh, someone actually built a ton of stuff up here. Nice. I'm glad I went up. Otherwise, I would have never seen that stuff was actually built above ground. Is that a creeper? Yep. Whoops. That was a bit of... I mean, the reaction time was decent. It's like, oh, look at that. But I just stood there. I didn't, like, defensively react to it. Skeleton in the base, as you do. Another skeleton in the base. Now it looks like it's probably just a mine or something. Then based on the building style, I would guess this would be Jeeves. I'm not sure who else it would be. Oh, more phantoms, as you do. So this looks like it didn't get quite finished either. No, Sarva looks good at least. How many, do I have any fireworks in here? Ooh, I don't. We really can't go exploring too much then. Only have 34. Because realistically, I could get like a pretty far distance away if I did go up and then just... Isn't it like pretty much a horizontal view and then you just drift down very slowly while going about 10 blocks horizontally per vertical block? Or something like that? I don't remember any like the more technical details of this game. So yeah, this way would be back to the spawn town. Let's actually go to the desert north of here. Or like to the west of the spawn town. And that could be another interesting aspect of getting back into Minecraft. I'd pretty much have to relearn all the like technical details. Then this is the desert everybody... Actually, it looks like for the most part, if people are gathering sand, they did so in a way where it was left looking somewhat natural. I'm pretty sure all this is a lot lower than natural looking at the general structure of it. What's going on here? Oh, someone was probably... Were they, like, hunting Enderman, maybe? Because that looks like a 2-block tall platform. I would guess that's what it was. Nope, didn't quite make that. And I'm pretty sure there's a staircase... Actually, the staircase is probably right around these torches, if I had to guess. Like right there, maybe? Maybe not. Okay, yep. And we made it back. Oh, what's this? Amazing. That was probably like a jack-o'-lantern box at some point, because the way the counter works is you can go above ground at night if you have a jack-o'-lantern on, which kind of odd, but it was just a way to make it not quite as restrictive as it would be without. Still didn't go above ground very often, though. Let's see if anything's in the nether, because, the nether tunnels would probably be a good indication of stuff that was built far away, because if there's not a tunnel to it, it probably doesn't exist. Skeleton Farm, Fortress and Blaze Farm, Fort Jeeves. That goes to the end. That's the gold farm I built, which is just a standard gold farm with the, like, ring design, so I don't really see a reason to go up that way. Let's go to the skeleton farm. Actually, I think that was built in another area that, was, like, part of a different cave system, if I remember correctly. Like, if we go out this way, it should be a different cave, I think. Maybe. Yep, okay. Oh, they did a lot of work here. Looks cool. I wonder how many, or how often creepers jump down, though, because that's definitely not safe. And then it looks like there was going to be more that way, but I never got around to it. Which, I mean, is fair, because I did even less. Then I believe this goes back to Mudbucket's, like, main farm area, I think. Can't say for sure. And then it looks like a simple spawner farm. Yeah, okay. Oh, interesting skull design. So let's go back and go to Fort Jeeves, I think, then. I'm not going down all that way. Because the other issue with, world spawn, that would just go to the Jeeves, like, start of a fort, I think. Okay, let's keep an eye out for signs to Fort Jeeves. That does not look like it would be anything. Ice biome. Yeah, like, taking random tunnels in the nether is kind of risky because of farming for netherite. Though I think that would primarily be... I'm pretty sure it had a higher spawn rate for underground, I cannot say for sure. I think so, though. Okay, we're gonna get... Oh, what about this? Oh. Go left and then immediate right. Did that say go right? Nope. So you just have to catch that sign. Otherwise, you just kind of keep going. Oh, it goes outside. I'm such a bad shot, it's been so long. Yeah, that's not going to happen with server latency. Like, my ping should be pretty good. It's probably just Minecraft being Minecraft, realistically. Or just me being bad, more likely. Okay, so it does spawn at low levels. Which makes sense, because that's usually where, like, rare stuff spawns. There we go, that took way too long. I completely forgot how to angle bows and whatnot. I'm just saying, this is not a safe nether tunnel. It just kind of goes all over the place before actually going there. And it makes sense that it's lower Y levels, because I'm pretty sure, like, it'd be way too easy to get in the nether ceiling, because you would never run into, like, lava pools. Well, not never, but very rarely you would run into lava pools and whatnot. Yep, this is your standard Jeeves castle layout. A lot more open than usual, I'm pretty sure. At least compared to Season 8. It was a lot more, like, condensed, I think. It was like your typical multiple towers with a keep type style. That's very open, like multiple gateways on all sides of it. Not multiple, but yeah, multiple gateways existing on all sides. Then that goes down quite a bit. Let's actually get an aerial view. Ooh, can I fly through? Nope, I can't fly through it if I do that. Oh, first try, easy game. Hey, lookout tower over there. And then just like, yeah, standard little fort. Looks good though, with all the courtyards and whatnot. Okay, back. Oh, ooh, where was that nether portal? Probably should have kept a better mental note of that before wandering away. I don't think it... Okay, no, it was this way, right? I saw those guys when I was coming out. There it is. Kind of a waste of steak, but whatever. I'm not really going to be playing on this server, on this world, much. At this point, so may as well be lazy about it. Then it was like, just up this way randomly, yep. Okay. Oh, hey, Ricky. Just wandering around the last season of the Minecraft server. Ooh, I want to say it's up still. There's like no direction here whatsoever. Like, you know, we did make it. Okay. But yeah, just kind of wandering around the current season of the Otlichno server, because we'll be restarting in like a week or two, depending on when it works for the most people. Yeah, actually, I need to look up, when was my last stream on this server, because I had 2 videos on, like actual videos on it. The videos were 10 months ago. And then if I go to playlist, past live streams, What's the last Minecraft? I know I'm being attacked. Yeah, September 2021. That did a lot more damage than I was expecting, much faster than I was expecting. Not even close. Actually, I think the small ones can do damage to me still, so let's, like, be a little bit safe about it. How did that do so much damage so quickly? Is there, like, attack based on their jump, and then when they're under a block, it just lets them rapid jump or something like that? Spawn Farm Cave. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, okay. It just goes down here. Ah, that would explain why I was dying very quickly then. Whoops. Yeah, I'm just really, like, disappointed with how quickly Elden Ring PvP died, which, I mean, it shouldn't be that surprising based on how frequent the updates were. Like, there's very large issues with pretty much every aspect of it, and then it took like 2 or 3 months for them to do an update, but it was like just general bug fixes without addressing the primary bugs. Like, the 2-minute disconnect is still a thing on PC, so every time you join a world, there's a fairly high chance of just being disconnected 2 minutes later. Which isn't a huge issue for duels and whatnot, but it just ruins invasions. Which, it's really unfortunate, because, like, the invasions are usually my favorite part of a Souls game. And even, like, even without that, invasions are just kind of in an awkward spot, because you pretty much have to... You just have to, like, constantly cycle between areas, because there's a not large... Like, the invadable player pool isn't large enough for the amount of invaders. For Elden Ring, yeah, there hasn't really been a content update in... I think it's been about a month since the last bug fix patch, which that didn't do anything for PvP really at all. So at this point, it's pretty much, if you do get an invasion, it's like Bloodhound Step bleed builds still. Which, I mean, it's like, fighting it's doable, it's just not particularly fun. And the PvP in Souls games isn't good to where you play it competitively. You play it for fun, dumb stuff that happens. Which, when there's stuff like that, it's like, you either instantly kill them or you instantly die. Yeah, I mean, I still have some hope that they actually start fixing it, because they were... I mean... They were decent about PvP in Dark Souls 3, but they haven't really gotten back to the point in terms of like PvP focus as they were in Dark Souls 2. Which is unfortunate, because even though the PvE is what sells the game, the PvP is what, like, it maintains the player base over a longer period of time. Because without PvP, I mean, to be fair, Souls games have a lot of replayability in their own right because you can make multiple different types of builds, but if there's not like an active online player base, you're not going to get co-op or random... Granted, random invasions in Elden Ring are kind of awful too. Like, as the PvE side of it, because it's so hard to find invasions, the people who do invade are typically more try-hard. So those guys will be using the one-shot builds, and it's not going to be fun for a person playing through the game for the first time just getting one shot if they get invaded. So it's just kind of... I mean, that's another huge issue with it. Just everything does way too much damage. There's a bunch of random diamonds. Interesting. Well, hopefully they fix it, and it's a FromSoft, like, Souls game, so there's bound to be DLC at some point, which... usually comes with a large patch. And I want to say the DLCs usually, at least the first one, assuming there's going to be multiple, come like 8 months after release or so, which would be like fall-ish or autumn, whatever you call it. I'm just walking around here, like, looking at what I might be able to build. And I'm like, do I have to build stuff? Because I feel like starting anything at this point is kind of a moot point, because it's not going to be finished, even close. It was more like just mess around with the idea of what I could have done, I suppose. Because even though I have the Season 10 world all pre-generated for next season, I don't really want to go spoiling that, because I feel like another thing that kind of got lost is the exploration aspect, because we were just stuck in a cave pretty much the entire time. Yeah, I'll probably do some, like, proper variety at this point. Like, if there's a patch for Elden Ring, I'll try it out and whatnot. I could also, I'm kind of interested in doing the seamless co-op mod with a friend, because that does look really interesting. Because it's probably how co-op should be in, like, especially Elden Ring. Not necessarily the Dark Souls games or whatever, but in Elden Ring, since it's an open world, the typical Souls co-op where you join a world, you get kicked out of the world, you join a world, you get kicked out, is kind of bad. So the seamless co-op looks like it'd be a much more enjoyable experience. But yeah, I'll probably do Minecraft, and then I was kind of considering at least trying out Naraka Blade Point as like a proper PvP game to get into. Oh, hello, Tide. And yeah, the cave idea was really cool. I just don't think no one really had the time to commit to it, because it is more restrictive than a typical season where you could just go wherever, get whatever items you want and whatnot. Whereas in this, you pretty much had to, like, specifically plan out how to get certain stuff, and then you were kind of more limited in, like, what you could build, or where you could build, especially. Can you join the SMP? It's a private SMP, so not really. At least it's not really my place to invite people to it, unless, like, they're a close friend or whatever. Because, like, especially with the private SMP where, like, there's not many, like, the rule system is more like an honor system, realistically. You can't just invite random people, really, unfortunately. And then back to games I'll play in the meantime. Minecraft, maybe Naraka Blade Point, because I want a PvP game because Elden Ring didn't work out. And then, I was kind of... Oh, the bot works. That's crazy. I haven't messed around with that in forever. And then maybe, like, Valorant or Apex, just something different. Because realistically, like, the games I play don't make any sense for the computer I have. Like a 3080, 5800X for the CPU, then 3080 for GPU. Because, like, this is Minecraft. And even Elden Ring is, like, not that graphically demanding at this point. So I feel like I probably should play more, like, not necessarily competitive, but more demanding games, really. Granted, it doesn't matter too much. Wild update being 1.19. Honestly, I haven't really looked into it, or 1.18 much, because this server was started 1.17 with the preview caves data pack. So the new season will be a lot more content for most of the people who played on this world, which is good because, at least from what I was aware, like 1.18 was primarily the mountains and technically the caves, but since we already played with the caves, it was pretty much just mountains, which is why we didn't upgrade. But now since we're going directly to 1.19 from 1.17, it will be like actually finished caves and mountains, deep, dark, ancient cities, whatever new stuff is, because honestly I haven't looked into the update too much, which I think is good because it keeps more keeps it interesting, I think. Instead of instantly knowing all the new stuff, what to do to get all the new stuff very efficiently, I just kind of wander around. It's like, ooh, what's this new thing? Then I find out what the new thing is. Which I think should help me play Minecraft longer. Because I feel like the last few seasons it's been the same. Oh, what's attacking me now? A zombie. It's been the same rush enchantments, rush XP farm, get best armor and elytra, start building. There hasn't really been much like new content exploration for me in a while. But in terms of like raw amount of content, 1.19 probably, like, at least from what I saw, it was kind of lackluster in terms of just the raw amount of content. Like, the content that got added is probably fine, it's just not much of it, at least from what I've seen. Okay, sounds good. And see you whenever you get back. What do I actually start building now? How do I build in Minecraft? It's been way too long. Do I even have building materials? I actually do not know. What do I have on this server? Ooh, that's not looking too promising. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, we got stone. I mean, that's not bad. Because the thing is, like, if I start building random stuff, it's just gonna look like a random, like, stone brick box. Actually, I'm gonna go get some water quickly. I'll be back in, like, 5 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Oh, I accidentally turned my calculator on. What do I even have? I haven't used my calculator in forever. Why is it on my desk? Actually, no, it's actually been forever, because everything I've been doing recently has been directly in Python. What do I... Yeah, I don't know where I would really go for building at this point. Because, like, it's just gonna... I'm gonna start new in a week anyway. Like, about a week, actually. Let me check the poll quickly. Might have changed. But the current best time was not tomorrow, but the next Friday. Which is still the case, so next Friday at 6 p.m. CDT. Well, that might change. I'll probably make like a Twitter post or YouTube post about it whenever it's finalized. I don't know why I accidentally like minimized it right there, but whatever. Actually, that could be an interesting spot to go see. Actually, no, that's way too far away to go. What do I do now? It's actually been an hour. I mean, I guess I did take a lot of side tangents there to just ramble on about stuff. I guess, okay, in terms of other games I'll play in the meantime, even when I'm, like, playing Minecraft more actively for the new season, I do still want to mix it up with other stuff. Skeleton just jumped down, whatever. So I already mentioned Blade Point, maybe Valorant or Apex Legends. Elden Ring if they ever fix PvP, but honestly, like, who knows at this point. And, like, I say fix very loosely, because I never expect it to be, like, objectively good PvP, I just want it to be fun PvP. Which, I mean, is kind of subjective in its own right, but... like, what might be fun for me is probably... might not be fun for other people, because... one of the bug fixes was, changing how chain casting spells work. To where you can't mix what chainable spells you use, like you have to use repeat spells, or I think the way it technically works is as long as they have the same animation, it's chain castable. Which just completely removes most of the, like, mix-ups and whatnot you could do with spells, which is unfortunate because spells always have a hard time really competing with melee. And then they just remove. And the crazy thing is, it doesn't even make them any like worse per se. It just makes them more boring, both to use and to fight against. Because before you could be a little bit more creative with what you used to be like offensive and how to cover like recovery and whatnot. Whereas now you just use like the cookie cutter spells that are really fast, decent damage, and low recovery. Instead of doing like one of those spells into a higher risk but higher damage attacks that have more recovery and whatnot. Now it's just like you play it safe using the boring stuff, and you're probably doing better than you would have done mixing stuff up anyway. But I guess like Souls PvP is always so odd to work with because you either know how it works or you don't. And if you don't know how it works, you have a really bad time. Especially like Dark Souls 1 with the backstabs. Which it's so bad. Which is like why I kind of want to get into a proper PvP game. You know what, I'm just gonna start building random stuff as I ramble. See what we end up with. It's gonna be a mess, but why not? Let's just store all this random garbage. Actually, can I? Yeah, I could do like that. Easy game, I know how to Minecraft. Okay, how do I want to do any of this? I have no idea. Let's go up for this part. And then let's take out the dirt. Ooh, some server latency. Probably should look into that before starting the new season. I am streaming at 1440p, so I guess it could technically be on my end, but I haven't dropped a single frame. I'm actually really impressed with how good this internet is, because it's literally just like the internet my apartment provides, and it's never really had any issues. Like, I've streamed nearly, probably over 100 hours of Elden Ring, and I didn't drop a single frame during any of it, which is just kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, I'm not in, like, a big city or anything, and, yeah, it's just, like, local ISP, and it just works really well. Which I am not complaining about. Actually, that's probably why it works really well. It's a local ISP instead of, like, what's the proper word? It's not, like, chain ISP or something like that, where it's, like, just a big company that's everywhere. It's just a local ISP that is a lot more reliable. Wait a second, do I even want to go up here? Do I want to go up there? Honestly, I know earlier I said no, I would just have one layer, but looking at it, I think I was onto something with this layout, as crazy as that sounds. Because it makes sense the more I look at it, because it's a way to get pretty much everywhere relatively quickly. And then if I use ender pearls or just an elytra, I can get to any side of it even faster. So yeah, let's stick with what we had. It was not an awful idea. Okay, let's replace the inside with, oh, we're down here now. But we can get back up relatively quickly based on the design we have. Easy game. And then, like, fill in the center part. Oh, ooh. You can tell it's been a long time since I've played, like, a 3D, like, first-person game, because my clicks are so, like, bad. Honestly, that should be fine. Let's take out the outside ring and put stone bricks. And I realize this looks absolutely awful right now because it doesn't have, like, any stairs or anything like that. But I don't really care. Actually, that should probably be like that, honestly. That kind of does look a little bit odd the more I look at it, but whatever. Like, the issue with it now is, what did I do? Oh, never mind. Got myself a little bit turned around there for a bit. Oh, let's keep going. And that should go up like that, yeah. Place the dirt. Like so. Okay, and I think I'm going to take those out. And then I have to go down, or I guess up, technically. Then this would be like that. Yeah, okay. Actually, would it? Is that what I did? I honestly do not know. That doesn't look quite... No, I went the other way. Or was it also like this? Actually, no, that looks right. I just forgot to do the other sides of it. Yep, okay, there we go. I'll probably just end up putting like a stone slab or whatever, like to actually make it a proper staircase. Just like a slab there, there, and there, etc. Which means that shouldn't be there. That should go down here. Okay, there we go. We're actually making progress, yay! Impressive. It only took me like 10 months or whatever. Okay, so that should be the upper level done. And then for this, how do I want to do the entrance? 1, 2, 3, let's go up like that, maybe. That. Maybe like a stair there or something like that. Then I would bring the cave ceiling down to like make it look naturally supported. Or make it look like the pillars are supporting the cave, that is. Yeah, with the stairs that should be fine. And like when it's like that, it'd just be like a balcony or whatever instead. Actually, I guess when it's going upward, I would want it to be one higher. And then I just went out like that. I think that distance is good. It seems good enough anyway. And it looks like I did have pretty much the same idea before, with where I put all that dirt. Then I did not make that ceiling high enough, and I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Hey, oh, better get all that dirt. Very valuable. I mean, actually, it's fairly valuable this season because we were very rarely above ground, so any dirt we did get was from, like, the underground pockets of it. Which turned out to be surprisingly rare, realistically. Am I doing this the right way, or should I be... No, it should be like that. Right? I think. Yeah, that seems right. Good enough for me, anyway. I think something here is messed up, but honestly, I don't care enough at this point. I just want it to look more, like, marginally more finished before the end. Like, for the world download, you don't walk in and see just dirt everywhere. Which, I mean, this isn't going to be much better, let's be realistic, but It's slightly better. Really is not saying much. Let's actually just fill in the inside first. Okay, there we go. What am I gonna do to connect them? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Probably should have. Hey, I guess let's just make all this. No reason not to. It's gonna look so, I know already, it's gonna look so bad whenever I back up to look at it more properly. I think I have to take these out, right? Maybe. I made a mistake somewhere, I know it, but whatever. Yeah, it seems fine. Or good enough anyway. Take that out. And good enough. Let's go over here. Okay, progress, kind of, maybe, depending on how scuffed it looks or not. Okay, let's do this one. I feel like I switch that up every time I place that block. Like that position of block that is. Don't know what I want to do down here. Do I want to do another layer? Let's actually go back to the entrance and look, and just double check. And while we're at it, let's just put this in. Do I still have a zombie villager over there? Is that what I just heard? It must be, right? Oh, there's a zombie villager in that box, that's right. Oh, whoops. That poor guy. Why is that? Oh, server lag. Got confused there for a second. There's a zombie. Okay. I mean, it still looks really scuffed, but at least it's not dirt for the most part, I guess. Honestly, I see no reason to have that lower platform. I just think it's too close to the floor. To where, like, if I have any detail in the floor, I'm not going to be able to see it at all, so let's just get rid of it. Like, it doesn't make sense to have something there that will just cover up anything I build down here. To where, like, I can't see any detail from the entrance anyway. And down here is so restrictive in terms of where I can build anyway that I'm not too worried about losing the space, because I can't go this way. There's another cave right behind here. I mean, I could build into the cave technically, but it's like one of the large natural caves that connect to a potential another building area, which, again, it's like the last week or so of the server, so no one's going to build there if they haven't already, but that's at least my justification for not building that way. So instead, let's just kind of fill this in. Now it's just kind of awkward and floating. So I guess we do kind of have the same problem to where... I probably should have went for more of like a... Either like more natural of a design where it's like tree roots going across with like... maybe not a full tree. Actually, I think that was the original idea. Make a full tree here. Oh, that's right. I wanted to make like a Lord of the Rings, what's that place called? Uh, like a mist, was it Mistwoods? Like the, like forest elf main place. I'm totally blanking on the name. But that's like where this entrance is based off of, to where it's like pillars in a cliffside or cave side or whatever with a door at the back of it. Then it would have been like a tree system connecting everything. That probably would have looked a lot better than random stone bricks and whatnot. Where it would have been like a center tree with like roots connecting to like tunnels through the tree or whatever. Well, too late for now, I suppose. Granted, I can insta-mine all this stuff. I'm not redoing it. So after doing all that, we remember our original idea and decide it would have been better, but here we are. Can't do much about it at this point. I guess probably the highest, impact building we could do at this point is like fill in the sides of everything just so it looks less bad. So since we're not building down this way, let's like make at least like an artificial like cave wall, I suppose would be a way to put it. Just so it's not like abruptly cut off or anything like that. And then I will have a layer down here, so let's put like stone brick to signify like a balcony or something would go there. And then let's at least make the stone brick go down to where it makes sense. Okay, ooh, what do I even do in between? Probably it would have been like more archways or something like that. But again, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I can't go further that way. Why did I even plan around building stuff down here if I couldn't go this way? You know what? That probably wasn't the best decision I've ever made. Because, like, I don't have anywhere to really build here. I'm pretty sure, anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, right behind here is the cave. Actually, I guess I do have a little bit of room there, to be fair. Yeah, let's just assume we did. Let's, like, at least fill all that in so it's not just, like, bare cave face. I mean, that doesn't look particularly good either, to be fair. Rough it up a little bit and call it good. We could probably put a lot of like dirt and grass down in this part to where the upper layer would be green, then lower would be water, maybe. In the meantime, let's just kind of fill it in. And I just realized that's where I went to kill a wither, I'm pretty sure, so let's leave it open, I suppose. Again, I'm not going to be killing another wither. Actually, no, I won't. I might have enough nether stars, to be fair, but not really worth it at this point to set it up. Actually, that looks kind of odd because it's below, like, deep rock level. Whatever. Then I'll probably maybe, like, leave that open for access points or something like that, who knows. Honestly, that's fine. Hey. Now that should probably be built up a bit as well. This is the downside. It is a little bit inconvenient to go around, but I think overall it's better than what it would be otherwise. Do you even have any smooth stone, or stone slabs, whatever they're called now? Why are there just random diamonds everywhere? Like, actually everywhere. Did I have a shop or something at some point? I honestly don't know. Maybe someone bought, like, random stone. I can't say for sure. I'm gonna check up here, and if not, I'm just gonna fill that in with regular stone. I can't be bothered and actually make new stuff at this point. Well, guess we're using stone. Good enough. Then more stone here. Then this should be stone brick. I did not put that button. I mean, I guess the button placement is fine. Assuming I don't break anything just now. Will just be a little bit, like, sticking out compared to everything else. Oh, not quite. And then, whatever. Good enough, honestly. And then this. Close enough. How do I want to connect everything here? There's this. I want this lower part to open up into like another entrance base, like from that tunnel. So it needs to be like at least somewhat open. Let's just jump down here and make like a really, really crude arch. Then we'll just kind of fill in stuff based on that. We can go a little bit higher. And then from here, we should probably start lower on the other side and meet back up at this point, roughly. I always impress myself with how awkward I make it to build in different areas. As I try and figure out how to build on scaffolding again. Okay, does that look at least decent? Debatable, but good enough. Let's just kind of fill it in. Well, this is going to be so scuffed, but whatever. I cannot be bothered at this point. Let's just... Perfect, perfect. I'm doing amazing. Do I want that? No, I don't want that filled in, though. So does it make sense for that to be colliding like that? Does it? Because how do I want this to all connect? Because, like, that goes all the way up there. Wouldn't it make sense to have it go that much further that way, right? Should I have started the arch farther back? Maybe. Probably. I'm just placing blocks at this point and hoping for the best. Just, like, slowly making an arch towards the center of the room, and I guess we'll see. This is, like, too straight across, I'm pretty sure. Let's mix it up a little bit. But then this has to be, like, I guess it doesn't have to be straight up, but... Well, this is gonna look so bad. or maybe I've retained like some semblance of like how to build in Minecraft, and my general like shape forming is not awful, but yeah, we'll see. Honestly, could be worse. I haven't looked at it yet though, to be fair, but not bad. Oh, thanks, mine. Yeah, honestly, not bad. Yeah, I mean, like if I remember correctly, you were like very focused on the technical side of Minecraft. I'm pretty sure, right? Like usually your stuff was pretty straightforward, but it did whatever's its intended purpose was pretty well. Whereas like I feel like I kind of overcomplicate my building a bit too much. Where I just waste too much time trying to like make it perfect instead of just building something, which is a lot better than nothing. Yeah, okay, yeah, I thought so. I want to connect this. Ugh. Probably on top of some rock, something. I don't know. Let's just place blocks and see where it goes, like I have been doing. Then I have that. This is such an awkward part of the area to like actually fill in. The more I think about it, just because of like how I didn't really think about how stuff would actually be connected and all that. It's just kind of there. I'm just gonna add a few more layers back this way so you can at least tell it's intended to be like at least somewhat open. Uh, I think I wanted it to expand this way as well, so let's make a secondary arch. Oh, that's right. If you shift while flying, there's a custom data pack that leaves like a smoke trail. That confused me for a good bit there. Okay, so then if that is going like that, and I want another arch going this way, that makes me think I should have like something like this, maybe? Oh, did not do that right. Okay. Yeah, let's do a few arches around here. Ah, they're like asymmetric. Very good design and intended. Yep, not a misplaced block. Nope, I would never. Okay, for a second I thought I was out of stone, but if we do run out with whatever's in my inventory, I do have quite a bit uh, back at the chests, to be fair. Nope, not quite. I'll get it one of these times. There we go. Oh, let's actually go. Oh, not quite. Let's go for this, I guess. Just kind of fill that in. Perfect. Honestly, I think the more random I place stuff now, the better like the cave structure will look. So I'm just kind of like roughly building it up to that arch right there. And it should end up looking at least decent, I think. So I'll just like keep making rough arches going from what I've built already to where I'm trying to go. Like something like this. And oh, we do need to start making it a little bit more, I guess, like dome shaped in a way. See, I'm not sure why I didn't do more Minecraft streams, because it's a very, like, chill game to just build and whatnot. I guess do I want music going? Because I know YouTube streams can be really strict with, like, I definitely wouldn't do any, like, mainstream or, like, DMCA music, because I'm pretty sure that gets, like, auto-flagged on YouTube. But there's probably, copyright-free music is usually kinda iffy, though. It's been so long, what's default Minecraft music like? I guess the other thing is if I don't play music, people watching can play whatever they want in the background if they please. But if I play my own stuff, it's stuck to that, realistically. A little square, but whatever. Good enough. I say good enough and then I immediately go up to mess with it. Sounds about right. Then like one more block like right there. Good enough. Actually good enough now. And it looks a little bit awkward because it's like arched to go in the respective directions, but there's not stuff in those directions, so it's kind of... Actually, what way would I go for this part? So I would expand it this way. Well, that's right. That's another really annoying thing about building underground like this. You can't insta-mine deep slate even with efficiency 5, as far as I'm aware. I don't think even a gold pickaxe with efficiency 5 and haste 2 is enough. Which is annoying. I wonder if there's like a data pack or something that overrides that. I'm not too familiar with the limitations of data packs, to be fair. That feels like something that would be doable, though. Ah, rip. Yeah, it's just once you're used to how many years of being able to insta-mine everything, not being able to insta-mine like the primary block in an area just feels bad. I guess, yeah, TNT would make sense. And actually make a lot of sense, really. Not sure. I don't think there's a proper, like, general mob farm on this season, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it's like, there's so many dark areas you run into enough random, like, creepers and whatnot anyway that you don't really need, to, like, go out of your way to farm it. It's like, oh, there's a creeper. There's gunpowder for the next few fireworks or whatever. Nope, out of stone. Let's go grab some more. Hey, where was it again? Oh, right here. I don't even know what I'm doing over this part. I think I might just make it slope all the way back to the top. I think that'd be the most, like, logical thing to do anyway, based on what it is currently. What do I do here? I say randomly place stone and hope it, nope, it ends up looking decent. I mean, honestly, it's been working pretty well so far. I should just keep going for it until it doesn't. And then at that point, just say, whatever, good enough. Honestly, good enough. I mean, other than, like, the random holes I missed, but... They add characters, so I just fill in where I didn't hit initially. Let's jump up. You know what? Let's like work over. Oh god, this is so much stuff to fill in. Let's like expand the base a little bit, I think, and then we'll go up a bit. Hello, Dark Nation. I have 4 concurrent viewers. I don't think I'm stealing anyone's views, to be fair. Especially since I haven't been, like, consistent with Minecraft content in effectively a year. And if, like, you've been in my stream before and I forgot your username and you're, like, joking, I'm sorry. I'm just really bad with names, typically. Honestly, I have no idea. Like, I'm just streaming on YouTube because I can't stand, like, unpartnered Twitch stream quality. Because, like, on, like, Twitch, if you're not partnered, you don't get, like, encoding. So whatever quality you stream at, people have to be able to watch, and I can't stand lower quality. So I kind of like lock myself out of a lot of potential viewers streaming at 1080p. And I think Twitch is also limited to 6K bitrate, which honestly at 1080p is not enough for it to look good anyway, which is why I like YouTube, because I'm streaming at 18K bitrate, 1440p, 60 FPS. And the fun thing about YouTube is you can force it to use like the partner or like the, I guess like premium codec, because normally for like 1080p videos, if you're not partnered, it uses like AV or AC1 or it uses a garbage codec that's fast at encoding stuff, but it looks like trash. But on YouTube, if you stream at 1440p or like upload at 1440p or whatever, it forces it to use the VP9 codec, which it looks so much better. Which is why I like YouTube. Like, I feel like Twitch has better like interaction. Because one downside of streaming at 1440p compared to 1080p is I have like 8 seconds of delay versus 2. But if I were to stream at 1080p, I have to use the garbage codec, and then everything's just a noisy mess because it doesn't matter how much bitrate I use, it just gets re-encoded to look like garbage. And honestly, with like a smaller stream like this where it's more chilled, the like slower interaction rate isn't a huge issue. Like it's definitely more difficult for like holding a conversation when both people have to wait 8 seconds each way, which is it's not ideal, but I think it's worth it for the quality improvement. I don't want it to connect like that. I don't want it to arch like that. How do I have... Because, like, YouTube streaming has a really long way to go in terms of, like, general usability, I feel like. Because unless you're already following a person or you get randomly recommended a channel, you're not going to find... Actually, I guess to be fair, I've never really looked for YouTube live streams. So I can't really speak on, like, general discoverability. Then again, Twitch discoverability is garbage too. But at least it has like features like raids and whatnot to like help in a sense. I'll have to bring that down pretty quickly. But yeah, like I guess the other aspect of it is I never really got into what would it even be called? Like the Twitch culture? I guess that just sounds wrong though. To where I don't really care that... Oh shit, that's actually pretty cool. So I guess like YouTube discoverability is all algorithm based probably, I would imagine. At least that's how it works for videos. So if the live stream gets picked up by like the recommendation algorithm, discoverability is actually pretty good. Whereas for Twitch, I think there's like a recommended, like, stream sorting thing now, but I'm pretty sure it's just based on like shared viewers. So like if you watch one streamer and their viewers watch another streamer, you'll get recommended that streamer. I don't think there's like any proper algorithm to it. Oh, that's good. I mean, I guess it makes sense to recommend streams more because, like, if you don't catch a stream when it's live, it kind of defeats the purpose of the stream. Even though I've been really lazy and just leaving all this, like, past live streams up anyway. Wait, did I forget to update all my tags? Like, are all my tags still, like, Elden Ring and shit? Uh-huh. Yep. Okay, let's fix that quickly. Imagine streaming Minecraft with Darkmoon Greatsword Sorcery PvP. Perfect. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Minecraft. SMP. Uh, Building. I should really look into like SEO of like YouTube tags. I'm pretty sure it changed in the past like 5 years or whatever since I actually took it more seriously. What else? Oh, 1440p in case people randomly search that. I don't think any of that actually matters though. Then again, the proper tags to use probably change based on the size of the stream as well. Because like if you're an established channel, you probably want it to be very targeted to your specific like tags, to where if you're a small channel, you want more general stuff to like try and catch somebody. Ah, caves. 1.17. You know what? Good enough. I don't care much. I just stream because why not? Honestly, that looks fine. Do I want to bother filling this in anymore? Not really, but yeah, it's good to hear that, like, there seems to be like a functioning recommendation system for YouTube streams. Honestly, I'm just gonna throw a torch there and call this part good enough. Let's build that up a little bit though. Just like fill in this gap and move on to the next part, which I don't know what the next part would be. Do good enough. Okay. This is so much more progress than I was expecting to make. Oh, welcome back, Ricky. I've just been filling in like the more natural parts of the. Oh, I missed so many spots right there. Whoops. Just to kind of like fill in the rough edges to make it look a little bit more complete without actually doing any actual work. Let's jump up here. Nice. I'm honestly surprised I got that. That looks kind of scuffed, but whatever. Where do we go from here? I mean, all of this looks really bad. Let's actually just like, just so it looks a little bit less bad, let's just fill it in, I guess. It's not doing anything with what it is right now. And like, make a little arch this way. That there. Okay. Oh, not quite that much. Honestly, not bad. I mean, it's nowhere near completed. It's just open cave everywhere still, but it's not 3 random dirt rings in the middle, at least. Solid improvement. Let's actually make just smooth or stone slabs, whatever they're called, quickly. I don't have a crafting table there. Impressive. Let's actually check these chests. 4, amazing. Yeah. Well, let's make a few more because I doubt 20 whatever is going to be enough. Oh god, how do you make them? Okay, there we go. Just so I don't have to, like, sprint jump everywhere. That's dirt should not be there, but whatever. Good enough. I guarantee, like, I messed up the stairs at some point, I can guarantee it. Okay, let's just jump down here. Maybe you should put another torch down this way, it looks like. Good enough. Well, that's actually really... I guess it totally makes sense that it's easier to get initial viewers on YouTube because there's, like, algorithm-based recommendations. Whereas, like, Twitch... Like, do I even want to look at the Minecraft directory for Twitch right now? Like, how many, like, 2 to 0 viewer streamers there are on Twitch? And no... I want to say no reasonable person would scroll down hundreds of streamers to try and find, like, a low view count streamer. Like, it's just not a reasonable thing to do. Oh yeah, I imagine Twitch has much better, like, app integrations. Because, like, everything other than, like, the, what'd it be called? Like, the foundation of YouTube streaming is garbage. Like, the UI is garbage. You have to use, like, browser extensions to not have it be a tiny, like video with a chat next to it to make it a proper, like, theater mode. There's not, like, a live streaming directory, really, to where you see just streams with, like, organized by the game being played or the category. There's not, like, I mean, I guess it's, like, a good and bad thing the way YouTube streams work, to where each stream is a unique video. Like, there isn't a, like, main channel to where if you go live, it will always be on that specific page. It's a different link for each stream. But the benefit of that is if you leave the streams as videos, it's the same link for the video as it is for the stream. Whichever is better, I guess it depends on how you actually treat the streams, but I feel like this is just random. Like, I mean, I guess I don't need a staircase here, and I can't have one because that goes down anyway. But yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, like, Twitch does, like, user interface so much better. And, like, the most annoying thing about it is, like, all these UI changes you would think would be extremely simple to make, but YouTube just doesn't for some reason. Let's actually open this up a bit. And, like, the reason for them not to make the changes is probably because, like, YouTube and by extension Google or Alphabet or whatever is a giant company, so making any changes, like, they have to go through so many approvals for anything to happen. It has to be, like, a pain. Especially because videos is its main, like, YouTube's main purpose. So they wouldn't want to sacrifice any video, not necessarily functionality, but, like, I guess kind of viability for the sake of live streaming. Like, they wouldn't want to necessarily have a, like, live streaming tab very, like, in a very obvious spot, because that takes away from, like, a VOD type of feature. At least I would, It has to be something like that for them to be so slow making it a better live streaming service. You would think anyway. But like, theater mode is like such an easy change to make. Make video player larger, put chat on side. That's it. Like they already have that. It's just like a tiny video player for some reason. And I've also heard that the chat has scaling issues for YouTube to where it becomes very hard to read because there's no like pausing and updating to it, but that's not a problem for me for the foreseeable future. So not necessarily my issue. But it's just another one of those odd things. It's like, why is it like this? Like, why don't they just make it better? Like, they're a massive company, they definitely can afford to. I guess like features like that are really like are even more annoying because they don't impact like the VOD side of YouTube whatsoever. It would only appear on a live stream page. So like that's an actual like why is it not fixed? There's no reason for it not to be. I mean, yeah, that's true. Like when was the last time YouTube had a good update? I don't understand why they removed dislikes. Because like I can understand it from like their like protect creator point of view because I mean, even that's not necessarily true because if you see a sudden increase in dislikes for a type of video, you know it's not necessarily what people want to see. Like, it's a way of getting feedback. And I'm pretty sure creators can still see dislikes anyway. And there's extensions to enable seeing dislikes publicly still. But it's just an odd change. Because, like, the worst part about it is if you're ever looking up a tutorial, the only, like, rough, like, estimate for how good the tutorial is the number of likes to views. Like if it's a low amount of likes for the total number of views, it's like, yeah, that it might not be very good. Because you can't immediately see the dislikes. Yeah, exactly. Like it's very hard to see what videos are legitimate or like not a scam or yeah, just good quality. Yeah, I agree that was probably more on the business side of it to where like sponsors or whatever didn't like their product or whatever being immediately shown as a bad thing by dislikes. Yeah, like corporate videos would be a better way to put it than sponsors. Yeah, business side of it makes more sense, but I wonder what percentage of revenue flow for actually corporate stuff is probably a pretty large percentage for YouTube based on how sponsors typically work. True, yeah. That makes sense. No, it's protecting. And then again, from as far as I remember, like pretty much no creators were like, "Yeah, this is a good thing." It's like, no, that's a bad thing. It's like it doesn't even protect creators if it's still viewable to the creators as a form of feedback. Yeah, yeah. Which is, I guess that's like another interesting thing to bring up for like YouTube streaming versus Twitch streaming. Like the YouTube like backbone is so much better than Twitch for both VODs and streaming somehow, which is crazy because like Twitch is built for streaming, but YouTube streaming is like from like a technical point of view better because it has like instantaneous rewind. Its clips are I mean the clips are fine, but they need a way to like they just need like a clips tab. And also I don't think the clips are embeddable, which really hurts like sharing potential. Um but then it just kind of comes down to will YouTube actually make these seemingly obvious changes to improve their platform or will they not because they haven't really updated anything good in forever? Whereas like Twitch, I mean Twitch kind of has the same issue to where it almost feels like the last few updates has made it worse. I mean, not even like talking about the moderation problem for Twitch. 'Cause I think for individual channels, like channel mods, not admins, there's more moderation tools for Twitch. Which again, not a huge issue for small channels, depending on where you are, because you don't need like a lot of moderation tools for a small stream, and most bots can take care of it anyway. But just like user experience on Twitch has gotten progressively worse, I feel like. Because like the ads are so obnoxious on Twitch because there's no like ad cooldown period like there is on YouTube. So every time you go to a new stream, it's like, here's an ad that you can't skip, another ad, random ads you can't skip. And for a live stream, unskippable ads is not good because then you miss content. But yeah, like Twitch Global, I think as far as I'm aware, they've gotten better recently. But I think the larger issue with Twitch is just a very like subjective TOS to where like even the admins don't have clear indication of what is or is not against TOS. Because I think behind the scenes they take into a like more factors than just the TOS. But you can't really discuss the behind the scenes factors without like those factors not being behind the scenes in a sense. I have no idea what like the moderation is like on YouTube. I feel like YouTube is probably like the TOS is more defined on YouTube, but if you cross the TOS, the punishment's probably more severe, I would imagine anyway. Because like for Google, or like YouTube's a huge platform, they can't be individually lenient with creators. Like if they see you as like a problem, it's like, bye-bye. Good luck contacting anyone in any reasonable amount of time. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, steak, that's right. But yeah, like I guess like Twitch is an awkward spot because how do they fix that problem without having stuff? And I guess like well-defined TOS isn't a bad thing for anyone because it's like don't do this and then you're good. But I guess the other thing is the way Twitch functions based on like sorting everything by view count, it kind of encourages people to push the boundary on stuff. Because if you do dumb stuff and push the boundary, you're gonna get noticed for being dumb and pushing the boundary. Then as long as it doesn't cross the boundary, like, you get rewarded for it. Which isn't really a good system. And with all the dumb stuff you see on YouTube, that is kind of a thing as well. I guess it's just less so of an issue because it's like algorithmic based, like, discoverability. To where like you won't necessarily find the really dumb stuff unless you're actively looking for it. Whereas on Twitch, it's like, oh, that's getting a lot of views, look at this dumb thing. Then again, this is like, I've not been like super deep into like the inner workings or anything like that in a while. So this is more just like, like observational assumptions I can make based on what it probably is like, maybe. So I've just been like running around, making like no progress whatsoever. The entire map isn't caves, we just made the spawn town in like a giant cave system. You can like run around it quickly, because I did like a rough tour of it at the start of the stream, but honestly I'm just kind of pacing back and forth, I may as well walk around it. So like I'll run back to the start and just start from there, I suppose. Oh. that worked. Yeah, like this season, which there's only like a week or two until we start a new map, which is I'm just kind of wandering around or whatever. The idea was to have like primarily be underground. For like if you look at the like scoreboard, that's the number of minutes I spent consecutively underground without like going above ground. I mean that's what consecutively would mean in this context, but yep. So we found like a giant cave system to build a spawn town and just like general builds in, and then just kind of stayed underground the entire season, which, I mean, it's a cool idea and all that, but I think limiting it also kind of killed activity pretty quickly compared to, like, even compared to previous seasons. Which, I mean, I guess that's kind of how, like, doing an out-of-the-box thing kind of goes. So the surface is right there, so you just jump down a giant hole and then giant cave system. And I'll just go through all the main caves quickly for you. So there's a lower part which has some building, mostly like farms and stuff down here. And if we go up here, it is the Atlas Cave because of that giant pillar in the middle of it. Can the sheep eat the grass above them? Oh no, I think that's just to spread grass down more quickly. Yeah, I guess one issue with this season is because activity died relatively quickly. It never really got properly filled up because of how large the cave system is. Everything's still fairly spread out, so stuff didn't really get filled in. And because we just kind of called the entire thing like the spawn town cave system, people didn't like make a spawn town house in this main cave and then build other stuff elsewhere. People just kind of spread out immediately, including me, to be fair. Like, I didn't really push for it to be better in a sense. It's a lot of creepers right there. So this would be like the largest cave in the system, which I built over there, and then there's a few other builds here. I'll actually go up to this ledge, because it's a good, like, vantage point of everything. An iron farm there. I forget what that is. I think it's a clock or calendar or something like that with a like code for what each block is, if I remember correctly. Like little like tower type deal. Just another structure. And this is what I built, or at least started to build anyway. Which would have had another entrance down here, and I was going to replace all of this dirt with like moss and grass and whatnot to have like not really an oasis, but just like a lot of greenery and whatnot in the area. And there's a big old tree over here, so all the greenery would have worked well together. Let's actually go back this way before we head further into the cave. Is there anything built over this way? Lone Chapel. So yeah, this is a cave that kind of limits how far I can go this way with my build. But I don't think there's really anything over here, so probably wouldn't have been a huge issue. Well, the thing is, like, it's another area. Oh no, they did build stuff. Okay. I'm glad I didn't, like, build into the cave then. Then I'm pretty sure the map... Then again, like, giant caves like this aren't particularly a rare thing with 1.18 beyond, I don't think, so... If someone still wants to have a primarily cave-based build, they'll be able to find stuff for sure, or like somewhere for sure, in the new season. Oh, yeah, it kind of does. I wonder if that was like inspiration for it, because I have no idea who built over that way. Not a single clue. There's fish food fountain. Fish spawn up there, they fall to their death, and then there's food. Works kind of well. And another build that way. Like an underground castle over here. Which, I mean, it's a good build. It's a very good building, not necessarily a castle, because you can just, like, walk on top of, like, the front gate here. So, is it a castle if it's not well defended? I guess it depends on the specific definition of a castle, whether or not it would be. I feel like a castle is typically implied to be like a fortress, not necessarily a fortress, but a well-defended area. Syrian deep slate quarry, okay, did not know that existed. And there's one, well, I guess there's two large caves over here, but one's below it and kind of awkward to get to, but may as well go down there anyway. I was gonna say, like, nobody built down here, but then there's a giant birch tree over that way, so not quite nobody, but yeah, a lot of stuff. Oh, true, yeah. Like, the garden area looks really good, and then it's like a small birch tree, or like several small birch trees, then a giant one for some reason. Then I actually was going to have a connection to this cave from my base, because this cave over here actually naturally connects back to where I dug into. Oh, that's fine. Like, I just dug into the wall, then I hit another cave, and then I walked through it, then I hit this one. So I probably would have ended up with a similar style of entrance to where it would be like a series of pillars, and then like this area would have actually been really good to build in because it would have been like a proper courtyard. Yeah, it was definitely a creative idea. I feel like we probably should have started it sooner because we started it in like roughly a year ago, actually. Like, when would it have been? Like June 2021, I think. It probably would have been better to start it earlier in the summer, to be fair, but actually, I think it was like the preview caves data pack came out. It's like, oh, that looks like a cool thing we could do. Let's do that. But then it was kind of like at an awkward time by the time we did decide to do it. So then it just kind of did not last very long. But I think it will be good next season because it will be with the new mountains, but there's also still the like fully implemented new caves instead of the data pack implementation. So like at least the idea can like persist, not necessarily the spawn, like just a cave system spawn town idea persists, but large underground builds can still work fine. How long does a season last on average? Is it just whenever? It's like a mixture between whenever and roughly a year. It's like with the way the activity kind of goes, it's like pretty active for the first month to like 3 months, give or take. So we kind of want to do restarts somewhat frequently, so like roughly a year per se. But there's also not like a strict yearly dead or like date for a reset. It's like, oh, it's June, we do a reset now. Hence it being like July, and we're just now like starting to plan for a reset. Which honestly, with the way Minecraft goes, I think is fine, because at least it seems like the current player, like people on the server, for the most part, everybody just like does the initial grind, makes an initial build or two, but not many people commit to doing like the really large scale builds that take forever to actually complete. Although like Naksha is definitely one who tries to do the large builds and whatnot. Which, like, he's the one who set up all the farms and random connecting bits and whatnot. So I think it's an alright system to do roughly yearly resets. Granted, it also kind of depends on Minecraft updates, because if there's not like new stuff to do, like why would we necessarily update? Not really a specific theme. I think it will be a lot more mountain based. Actually, I could. Do I want to show the? Yeah, I'll show the season 10. Oh, that's on 1.19. You know what? Screw it. Let's just show like the initial spawn area. I won't show anything like other than that, but it's like very mountain based. 1.19 play. Oh, I have to update the game capture. 1 second. Let me switch to that screen because for some reason Minecraft is very like strict about the title name to where like it considers 1.19 and 1.17 separate games. Okay, let's do this one. Just because it's not like the fully generated, like good to go version of the world. And kill to get back to proper spawn, and let's transition back. There we go. So this is the spawn area for the next season. So it's like a little like hill, I guess, for the spawn location, like the natural spawn, and then just tons of mountains like everywhere, which should be really fun to build like bridges and whatnot connecting everything. Like if you think the mountains are done, they just keep going. There's just more mountains. Also, this mountain's pretty cool with like the little valley part to it. Then there's like caves and whatnot underground and what like all that as expected. Like there's a neat little cave right there that's open to the surface. So yeah. Then this will be like the main like valley type area to where there's just more mountains everywhere. Then like villages right next to here as well. Like it should be a really fun spawn to build with. Because I think the good thing about it being more open like this is people have plenty of rooms for like group projects, individual projects, like spawn town projects, whatever. And because it's not in like a very confined cave, like it will be a project just to connect stuff in a like aesthetic way. Especially in this valley, like just put roads everywhere. There's like a little spots for buildings on top of the smaller hills and all that too. Then like these mountains are crazy. And I think these are like up to 256, yeah. Like they're max build height, not build height, but max height mountains. And then they just keep going too, which is crazy. I just think for my sanity, I'll probably stick to one of the smaller mountains for like a personal build. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, like that's just one time. And then there's like more mountains beyond this too. It should be fun. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours, 13 minutes. Do I want to go back? Yeah, I guess I can. I'll just go back to the server, like the current season, and talk a bit more. But I probably won't go too much longer, realistically. Oh, let's switch back. Then let me check the poll for like a start date quickly. And at this point, I think it's probably more or less locked in. Yeah, it's still this restart or the start date for the next season would be Friday, July 15th at 6 p.m. CDT. So like roughly a week from today. And there we go. And then, what do I do now? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because as fun as like these underground cave, like this underground cave system is really cool and all that. I just feel like building underground is a little bit limited in terms of what types of builds work well. So having the option to have like a valley, giant mountaintops, lower mountaintops, uh, all the giant cave systems. Not, I don't think there's as large of cave systems, but there's still very large caves to build underground. Like there's just going to be a lot more variety that is suitable for more build types. So hopefully it lasts a bit longer than Season 9. And then, will I stream again before next week? It's hard to say. Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, pretty much the only reason I started playing Minecraft again was the new caves. Because, like, initially it's a very cool challenge. Like, we're staying underground, we can't go above ground. All of a sudden, a lot of easy to get stuff is more difficult to get. It's like an interesting challenge to do. Then school started back up again, and good luck grinding Minecraft with grad school, and it doesn't work very well. Granted, like, grad school starts back up again in like a month at this point anyway. A little bit more than a month, but also this semester's gonna be busy, but you know, whatever. Like, I still want to at least stream somewhat frequently. I think what also kind of or not killed, but I mean, yeah, pretty much realistically, yeah, killed content creation last year was I was still trying to do videos instead of just streaming. I've completely given up on doing videos at this point, and it's so much easier to like, because I was trying to stream with the idea of turning it into a video, which adds all like an entire layer of like planning to even streaming that kind of makes it a lot more of a commitment. Whereas like what I did today, that works perfectly fine. Like if I have an hour or two of free time, I hop on, build a little bit, and call it good. Like I have time to do that. I will have time to do that. So as long as I do that instead of trying to like, oh, let's make videos again, I should be able to do stuff somewhat consistently. Granted, if we look at my channel, it hasn't been too consistent recently. But to be fair, a lot of that was because I wanted to main Elden Ring for a good while, but then it just like the PvP died unless you wanted to do strictly duels, but like part of the reason it died is because they didn't balance anything, so all you ran into was the unbalanced stuff. So it just kind of like exponentially killed the game. I mean, you can still find stuff to be fair, but it's just not. It's like the same people over and over again, which just isn't how I like to play FromSoft games. So I'm gonna get some more water quickly, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, like going back to the terrain changes, because we spent like since 1.17 preview caves came out, just pretty much entirely underground. It's gonna be really nice to have like pretty much 1.18 and 1.19 combined as an update. Because I'm not sure about the other people on the server, but personally I didn't mess around with the mountains like at all. So that will be a good change of pace. And whatever new content there is, which I think at this point I'm just gonna kind of discover it as I go just to keep stuff. Yeah, like keep the exploration aspect of the game a bit more, I guess, active. Instead of like, I know exactly where everything would be, where it might show up and whatnot, what it does, etc. Okay, do I want to build anything more? Because it's so scuffed still, but honestly, like, what will I do if I do stream again before the reset? What will it be? Because I think another thing I should consider is if I want to stream more actively. Because I think another thing that kind of not okay, again, have pretty much killed content creation for me. When was I last like truly active? Like 2015-ish? Granted, like my Elden Ring schedule was pretty consistent for a good bit. But was the idea of being like a Minecraft channel to where like, oh, if I do other stuff it's not really worth the time. So I don't want to lock myself into being like a Minecraft channel again. So like I'll probably like even if I'm actively playing on the season 10, I'll still be doing other stuff. It's like mixing up games is fun and it's a good way to avoid burnout because I definitely burnt myself out of Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, have you? I have not been keeping up with you too much, mine, to be fair, so I'm not sure. Like, I'm pretty. Yeah, I haven't seen one of your videos in like forever. You can't even go to channels from YouTube chat. That's kind of odd. Also, very surprised I haven't like lost subscribers. I've managed to maintain subscribers somehow. Like, it doesn't make sense because like pretty much all of my subscribers are from like my Minecraft tutorials. But imagine like seeing that random Minecraft channel that hasn't uploaded consistently in years, like just spam Elden Ring for like a week straight. If I was there for Minecraft, I would have just unsubscribed instantly. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, like it's uh I if I wanted to go like the YouTube route, I did it so like badly because I pretty much stopped uploading consistently right as all my tutorials were spiking. So like if you look at my lifetime channel views, it's like pretty consistently going up, then it starts going up really fast and then it just drops and it's been pretty stable since then, but like I don't qualify for the partner program anymore because I don't have enough. I think it's watch time because most of my views come from old Minecraft tutorials that are relatively short. Which is why, like, if I consistently stream, like, long streams are insane watch time. Which I'm actually not sure if it works like this, but if you unlist videos, they don't count towards public watch time hours. But I haven't found, like, concrete, like, confirmation if public live streams count towards watch time hour, like, towards the partner program eligible watch time hours. Which you would think they would be, because if they don't, you would never be able to be a purely live streaming YouTuber. Which maybe, like, they don't want that, because videos will do better, like, yeah, like, edited videos will do better generally. Like, long term, that is. Because if you stop streaming, all of a sudden, like, there's a ton of content there in the form of VODs and whatnot, but who's going to go back and watch all those VODs? Like, it would be good for, like, first playthroughs and whatnot, but, like, personally, I would never go back and watch hundreds of hours of live streams for, like, the highlights of it, because the good thing about a live stream is the interactivity of it. And then typically you'd make highlight videos from the stream for like long-term content from the initial content. But I can't be bothered to do that. I mean, I've just been rambling for a good bit. I mean, honestly, I've just been rambling for 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 43 seconds at this point, to be fair. Um, when would I stream next? Because, like, tomorrow's Friday. I might have a meeting or two in the morning and afternoon. But like, my schedule's so flexible. Granted, it's pretty flexible now that I got a paper submitted. I never put slabs here. I'll fix that quickly, and then the build is done. Easy game. Yeah, that should be good now. As I look at a giant unfinished project, yeah, it should be good. But it would have been nice because it was definitely a cool idea for a build, but never got around to it. I might stream again soon. I don't know if it will be Minecraft. Because honestly, like, if I play Minecraft, it kind of feels like not necessarily a waste, but I mean, in a sense, it is kind of a waste because, like, the server resets in a week anyway. Assuming it doesn't reset sooner based on if the poll updates, but is it going to update in an hour and a half? Probably not. The thing with Naraka Blade Point is it looks like there's a lot of depth to it. I don't know if I want to jump into it right before starting a new Minecraft season, because typically the way I play games, I want to be good at the games I play, which means putting in a lot of time into specific games. So if I start Naraka Blade Point, I'll probably want to get good at all the different aspects of it. Which is why I'm kind of leaning towards, at least from my perspective, a simpler game like Valorant. Granted, at like high level play, it would be like there's a lot of depth to it still. But I think it would be easier to pick up and get good at fundamentals anyway. It's just like moving your mouse and clicking, right? That's how FPSs work. Totally. Granted, there's probably going to be a pretty big learning curve for me because I've never like put any serious amount of time into an FPS. Like, Minecraft bows don't count. Though I guess like, actually, I wonder how much like speed building like that translates to FPS accuracy. Because there's definitely a difference between like having a giant square as like the target versus like flicking to very specific points, but it's still general like camera control in a 3D space. So it might help, it might not, hard to say. But other than that, like really the only game I put any serious amount of time into is old school RuneScape, and I'm pretty sure like tile based clicking doesn't translate well to 3D at all. Then again, you never really know until you try. Because like I think general mouse like precision is probably a more important factor overall. But I have no idea, to be fair. Yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. I'm not really doing anything, so I think I'll probably call the stream there. Might be back tomorrow with... Then again, like if there's a Elden Ring patch, I'll probably be live relatively soon just to try it out, assuming it's like PvP focused and not just a random bug fix patch that doesn't actually fix any important issues in the game. Anyway, if there is a useful Elden Ring patch, I'll probably hop on that for a bit. Other than that, maybe Naraka, Blade Point, Valorant or Apex Legends, or more messing around with Minecraft to buy time until this server reset. Yeah, thanks, Mine. Glad you stopped by. And it's like 9:30 p.m., so I mean, it's night, but like, not sure what I'll do now. Probably more lit review. Yeah, have a good day, evening, afternoon, time zones, everything. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. I'll be live again at some point, maybe. Who knows? I don't have a schedule. So, like, notifications or follow Twitter for seeing when I go live. Yep, see ya. Thanks for watching. Okay, midday. And that sounds